We're going to show Federated Identity Manager in action. In a classical and simple scenario, what we have is here on the left side we have a company which URL is www.idp.com is the identity provider, and we have a user whose username is Chris and his password is abc123456, who is gonna log in into his local system, and in this particular case we are using TFIM.mov's WebC or reverse proxy for authenticating him, but it can be any other type of access management, and he's gonna be challenged to authenticate himself using his user ID and password. Once he's logged in, he's going to click on a link that is going to take him into that federation. So when he will do that, a data structure called a SAML assertion is going to be created, and it's going to be digitally signed and encrypted. It's going to be passed to the other end, and it's going to carry quite a bit of data about Chris, and that is going to flow around in everything but the password, because we don't want to mess with anybody else's password. That's one of the main things for federation. I want to deal with IDs, not with actual passwords. Then all that is going to fly down here to the TFIM.mov, which is the service provider. Chris is going to be, the assertion is going to be validated. The system knows that it has a me_Chris in here, which is the username that we put in this example. It could have been the same name, but we just changed it to show that, highlight the fact that it could be a different type of mapping. And he's going to go to this WAS application. It can be any other type of web-based application. It's going to be authenticated by virtual the SAML assertion. Again, no password. He's not going to be challenged again. He's just going to be logged in and be able to use the application. And to do that, this application is going to actually send a cookie to Chris' browser over here. So as long as he doesn't close, if he doesn't close the browser, then he's going to be able to have FSSO, Federated Single Sign-On, between the two sites. So let us see this in action. I'm going to open a browser, and we're going to go to the identity provider. This is the Chris login into his local site. Notice the URL www.idp.com. It's going to be Chris, and his password is abcd123455, and he logs in. And what we put in here is a good description of all the links that he has and the different type of combination he can use to go to multiple sites in this demo. And here we put, for this federated partner, which is we call TFIM.mov serve provider, he can go via a post, which is the common mechanism, or via artifacts for those devices that are bandwidth challenged. So when we click here in sign on, we can see that we landed, notice the URL www.tfim.mov, and we landed at the other side, but we passed quite a bit of information about Chris. Notice that, for example, here's the full user, first name, last name, Chris Cully. We have other information like the role, and this will be the role that he will use at the target system. Other information in here, for example, the email address of Chris, this social security number if you want to pass, whatever information you want to pass. The ID at the remote system, which is me_Chris. All this is digitally signed and encrypted, so only the partner can actually see it and recognize it as valid. Everything but the password flies around. We don't want to pass that password. So if Chris changes his password at the IDP, the service provider doesn't care about it because he never actually has to see that. So we are at this site, and Chris can go back and forth between the two systems as long as he doesn't close the browser. The other thing that we can actually do is we have provided also a sign out link. So when Chris clicks on it, he's going to be automatically logged out from both the local as well as the TFIM system. So what we can also do, let's close the browser and open a new browser. What we can also do is also, just to prove the point, I pasted the URL for the landing page for the TFIM.BG. So if we were to try to go there directly by putting the URL, what we get is we're challenged. I mean, the system doesn't know who we are, and then we are challenged. That's what we did not get when we were using the SAML accessions to the federation, and we nicely landed at the other end. So not only you don't have to mess around with the passwords at the other end, no liabilities regarding that, because password are shared and can be compromised, but also the user gets the convenience of not having to be challenged. And again,